Hey guys, so my major theme that I chose for the book of Esther was the fact that God is always working for his people. I came to this conclusion because, chiefly because of the passage Esther 4:13 through 14, which says, "Do not imagine that you in the king's palace," this is Mordecai talking to Esther, "can escape any more than all the Jews. For if you remain silent at this time, relief and deliverance will arise for the Jews from another place, and you and your father's house will perish. And who knows whether you have not attained royalty for such a time as this." Now, I know that that passage doesn't directly reference God, and we never really will know if Mordecai was talking about God there, um, or if he was just trying to guilt trip Esther. But to me, it looks as though he's calling Esther to realize that there is a higher power. There is, God is there, and we don't need. This is Mordecai talking, saying we don't need your help because God will help us either way, and that he's telling her you can either step aside and let God work, or you can work alongside God as well. But either way, the theme is still there that God will always work for his people, and so that passage really jumped out at me. Then there's just the other, examples and other instances. Just the fact that Esther was even selected. We see divine orchestration there. That when she does go and enter the throne room of the king, she is allowed to come in and not denied, which is something that wouldn't normally happen. Yes, she was very beautiful, and the king was swayed by her beauty, but the fact that those two people, Esther and the king, were put together in that specific circumstance at a time when the Jews were condemned to death, I think it all points to the fact that God was there working behind the scenes in order to save his people, because neither the king or Esther had to have been those two personalities did not have to exist at the same time, and yet they did, and they did exist at the exact same time when Haman, the enemy of the Jews, came up with this plot to destroy the Jews. So I think that all of those things, but especially Esther 4:13 and 14, all point to that theme that God is always working for his people.